Sir from Group C. We are doing an art intercultural project about forest and wildlife of Himachal Pradesh. The crew behind us are Adarsh, Haitin Sumesh, Avidarsh, Haitin J and me Anand. Himachal Pradesh is a state in the northern part of India, situated in the western Himalayas. It is one of the 11 mountain states and is characterized by an extreme landscape featuring several peaks and extensive river system. Himachal Pradesh shares borders with the union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh to the north, and the states of Punjab to the west, Haryana to the southwest, and Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh to the south. The state shares a border to the east with the Tibet Autonomous Region in China. Himachal Pradesh is one of the states that lies in the Hindi-Himalayan region, IHR, one of the richest reservoirs of the biological diversity in the world. As of 2002, the IHR is undergoing large-scale irrational extraction of wild medicinal herbs, thus endangering many of its high-value gene stock. To address this, a workshop on endangered medicinal plant species in Himachal Pradesh was held in 2002, and the conference was attended by 40 experts from diverse disciplines.
Vegetation of Himachal Pradesh. The forests of Himachal Pradesh, known for their garden and majesty, are like a green bird in the Himalayan crown. This life-supporting system are presently under great stress due to the impact of modern civilization, economic development, and growth in humans and cattle population. According to National Forest Policy 1988, at least two-thirds of the geographical area should be under forest in hilly states like Himachal Pradesh. However, keeping in view that about 20% of the area is acceptable and beyond the tree limit, the state government aims to bring 50% of the geographical area under forest cover. The forests of the state have been classified on the ecological basis as laid down by the champion and can be broadly classified into coniferous forest and broad-leaved forest. The vegetation varies from dry shrubs forest at lower altitude to alpine pastures at higher altitude. In between these two extremes, distinct vegetation zone of mixed deciduous forest, bamboo, chill, oaks, deodar, kyle, fir, and spruce are found. The richness and diversity of our flora can be gathered from the fact that out of total 45,000 species found in the country, as many as 3,295 species are reported in the state. More than 95% of the species are endemic to Himachal Pradesh and characteristic of western Himalayan flora, while about 5% are exotic, introduced over the last 150 years.
The forests of Himachal Pradesh are characterized by temperature-confined mixed forest and a broad level forest, dry deciduous and subtropical dry evergreen forest. The forests of Himachal can be classified into 8 forest types. Dry alpine forest. These are found in the Lahul, Spiti, Kannur and Pangi region of Chamba district. Extensive alpine pastures are the characteristic feature of this forest type. These alpine pastures are generally devoid of trees. Some juniper and branches can be found along the tree's margin or in watery patches of rocks due to scratching of precipitation. The pastures support large herds of sheep and goats during the summer months. Most alpines are scrub forests. These are found above the tree line and consist of evergreen scrub growth forming a dense cover in patches and broken by glass in between. The flora is fairly rich and medicinal plants grow in a narrow zone at the margin of melting glaciers. Subalpine forest. These are found above the altitude of 3,500 meters and below the alpine scrub forest. This type of forests are covered with the rhodiola and jungle. The lower lining are marked with blue pine forest and deciduous scrub. Parkland, which is characterized by grasslands scattered with Mississippian stand trees of Karasku, Osk, Maples, etc., are used by grazing routes by migratory herds of sheep and goats. Himalayan temperate forest of vegetation of Himachal Pradesh. There are occupy a large area of state between 1,500 and 3,000 meters. These forests are further subgrouped into one. Himalayan moist temperature forest, second, dry temperature forest, third, temperature coniferous forest, and fourth, the temperature deciduous forest. The most temperate forests are most valuable timber forest of the state. The area contains scratched trees and bushes such as Chilongosa pine, willow, Romania poplar, and alpine hester. Deodara is the dominant species of the temperate coniferous forest. Wet temperature forest of vegetation of Himachal Pradesh. These are confined to wet slopes of the entire ranges of the Kangra district. These include various temperature species and have some major pasture lands. The annual rainfall varies from 100 to 250 centimeters. With snowfall during the winters, the maximum temperature during the summer ranges between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius, and during winters, temperature falls to minus 10 degrees Celsius. Subtropical pine forest for vegetation of Himachal Pradesh. These are occurring in the lower Himalaya between 1000 and 2200 meters. Chir pine is the most dominant species of this zone. Subtropical broad level hill forest. Forests are found around Mandi town along the Beach River below the 1200 meter altitude. Tropical dry deciduous forest of vegetation of Himachal Pradesh. These are occurs up to 1200 meters in lower hills, extending into the interior valleys along the river. Sand is the dominant species and is primarily found in the Naha region of Sirmar district. Tropical thorny forest of vegetation of Himachal Pradesh. These are occurs in small pockets, especially in Nalagarh region of Solan district and in some parts of Sirmar district. They are found in areas where the summer temperature goes up to 40 degrees Celsius and rainfall varies between 50 and 75 centimeters. This zone is characterized with thorny forest, most of xeriospetic species.
Total forest cover. The total forest cover of Himachal Pradesh showed an increase of 13 kilometers cover in 2015 as compared to the 2030. Total forest cover of the state showed a significant increase from 1991 to 2015. There has been a constant increase in forest area from year 2001 onwards, where a huge increase during the 1999 to 2001 owing to the increase in areas of Kangra, Solan, Una, Kullu and Mandi districts. Dense forest cover. The maximum dense forest area in 2015 is of Shimla, followed by Chamba and Kangra. Kullu, Shimla, Sirmaur and Hamirpur show declining trend in dense forest cover over last 24 years, whereas Lahaul and Spiti grew up by 0 to 47 square kilometer. Wildlife in Himachal. The naturally beautiful Himachal Pradesh has some of the greatest places to see. It has more than enough to offer to the travelers and tourists. Situated in the northern part of India, this hilly state has a great landscape and topography which has allowed it to flourish in tourism, wildlife and breathtaking scenic views. Himachal has tropical forests that have trees of wide varieties such as cedar, pine, oak, etc. Among these beautiful plants and flowers, there are some beautiful birds and animals such as pheasants, kites, snow leopard, barrel, tar, deer and Himalayan bear that have made the Himachal Pradesh wildlife unique and incredible. Himachal Pradesh has about 27% of its total area under forest. This makes the wildlife thrilling and exciting. It has been announced recently that there are about 3,295 species of flora and about 5,721 species of fauna alone in the forest of Himachal. The Himalayan animals like the snow leopard, snow partridge and snow cock are adapted to the extreme cold climate. In lower altitude, there are birds such as the cheer pheasant and western tragapan and animals like Himalayan tar and musk. There are also a number of lakes, rivers and artificial reservoirs where various migratory birds are found during summer.
Biosphere resource. What is a biosphere resource? A biosphere reserve is a special ecosystem or a specialized environment with a flora and a fauna that requires protection and nutrition. These reserves are managed and studied for the conservation of various life forms found here. They are subject of scientific and natural interest. According to UNESCO, biosphere reserves are area of terrestrial and coastal ecosystem promoting solution to reconcile the conservation of biodiversity with its suitable use. They are internationally recognized, nominated by national government and remain under several jurisdictions of the state where they are located. In 1971, UNESCO launched a global program to formulate the scientific interaction between man and the natural environment. This program is called the Man and the Biosphere Program (MAB). Some 120 countries have joined in by establishing 69 biosphere reserves connected by the World Network of Biosphere Reserves. The MAB is a worldwide initiative aimed at conserving the ecology and the environment, which is essential to the very survival of many rare and dying species of flora and fauna. India, with its rich treasure trove of biodiversity, is geographically ideal for establishing cultivation and maintaining a variety of biosphere reserves. Main characteristics of biosphere reserve. First, achieve the three international functions: conservation, development, and linguistic support. Second, outpassing traditional conflict conservation zone through appropriate zone scheme combined core protection with zones where sustainable development is fostered by local and enterprises with often highly innovative and participative governance system. Third, focusing on a multi-stakeholder approach with a particular emphasis on the environment of local communities in management. Fourth, fostering dialogue for conflict resolution of natural resource use. Fifth, integrating cultural and biological diversity, especially the role of traditional knowledge in ecosystem management. Sixth, demonstration sound sustainable development practice and policies based on research and monitoring. Seventh, acting as site of excellence for education and training. 8. Participating in the World Network.
Cold Desert has an area of 7,770 square kilometers. It includes Pin Valley National Park. Pin Valley National Park is a national park of India located in the Spiti Valley in the Lahore and the Spiti district in the state of Himachal Pradesh. It is located in far northern India. Chandradal. Chikma or Chandradal is a lake in the Lahore part of the Lahore and Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh. Chandradal is near the source of Chandra river. Despite the rugged and inhospitable surrounding, it is in a protected niche with some flowers and wildlife in summer. It is a favorite spot for tourists and high altitude trekkers. It is usually associated with Spiti but geographically is a part of Lahore. Kunsumla separates Lahore and Spiti valleys. Sarchur is a major halt-point with tended accommodation in the Himalayas on the Leh-Manali highway on the boundary between Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh in India. It is situated between Parlacha La to the south and Lachu Lang La to the north at an altitude of 4,290 meters. Kibar Wildlife Sanctuary. Kibar, also known as Kibar, is a village high in the Spiti Valley in the Himalayas at 4,270 meters or 40,200 feet in Himachal Pradesh in northern India. It contains a monastery and a Kibar Wildlife Sanctuary. Kibar lies in a narrow valley on the surface of limestone rock. Some of the endangered species. Birds. Steppe eagle. It is a large bird of prey. Like all eagles, it belongs to the family Acipitaridae. The steppe eagle's well-feathered legs illustrate it to be a member of the subfamily Acridae, also known as the booted eagles. Western Tragopan. Western Tragopan is one of the most beautiful long-tailed birds having a brightly colored plumage. The Western Tragopan is found in the western Himalayas from the northwest Pakistan to Indian region of Jammu and Kashmir and in east from Himachal Pradesh to Tehri Garhwal and the Kumaon in Uttaranchal. It has been reported in Great Himalayan National Park in Kulu. Sheer pheasant. It is a peacock-like bird. It is distributed in the highlands and the scrublands of the Himalaya in India, Nepal, Kashmir and Pakistan, mainly above 1800 meters and up to 3000 meters during the summer. Deer presence is listed as vulnerable in the Red Data Book of International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN. Snow leopard is elusive and endangered with wildcat, of which there are barely 4,000 to 6,000 left in the world, can be found in the highest inner portion of the national park. Himalayan Thar, endangered wild goat. The thar is a native to the Himalayas and can be found on the steep precipices as high as 5,000 meters in altitude. Himalayan musk deer, an antlerless deer species with a long front teeth, the Himalayan musk deer is rated high on the endangered list. In the 1990s, it had been hunted nearly to extinction for its musk, but national park authorities have been able to bring down poaching since then. Himalayan blue poppy. It is valued as a medicinal herb. This blue-flowered thorny plant is considered endangered because of overproduction. It is native to the western Himalayas. Acer Acacia. Acer Acacia is a tree up to 25 meters tall with grey bark. Leaves are non-compound with 5 shallow lobes. The blade up to 10 cm long with the teeth along edges. Salam Panja. It is a species of orchid generally found growing in Himalayas. It is an erect perennial herb with long flowering stems. The plant is well known for its medicinal value. The root has sweet taste. It is strictly prohibited for the collection and sale.
Physical features of Himalayan forest and wildlife. Plant life. Himalayan vegetation can be broadly classified into 4 types: tropical, subtropical, temperate and alpine, each of which prevails in a zone determined mainly by elevation and precipitation. Local difference in relief and climate as well as exposure to sunlight and wind cause considerable variation in the species present within each zone. Tropical evergreen rainforest is confined to the humid foothills of the eastern and central Himalayas. The evergreen disperses a group of timber and resin-producing trees are common. Their different species grow on different soil and on hill slope of varying steepness. Ceylon ironwood is found on forest soils at elevation between 600 and 2,400 feet. Bamboos grow on steep slopes, and Indian horse chestnuts grow on rich soil. Soils consisting of imperfectly weathered rock fragments covering sandstone from Arunachal Pradesh westward to central Nepal at elevations from 3,600 to 5,700 feet. Alder trees are found along the watercourse on the steeper slopes at higher elevation. Those features give way to mountain forests in which the typical forest in the Himalayan true pines. Besides those trees, some 4,000 species of flowering plants, of which 20 are palms, are estimated to occur in eastern Himalayas. Animal life. The fauna of eastern Himalayas is similar to that of southern Chinese and Southeast Asian region. Many of these species are primarily found in tropical forests and only secondly adapted to the subtropical mountain and temperate conditions prevailing at a higher elevation and in the drier western areas. The animal life of western Himalayas, however, has more affinities with that of Mediterranean, Ethiopian and Turkmenian region. The past presence in the region of some African animals such as giraffe and hippopotamus can be inferred from fossil remains in deposits found in Siwal range. The animal life at elevation above the tree line consists almost exclusively of cold-tolerant endemic species that evolved from wildlife of the steppes after uplift of the Himalayas. Elephant and rhinoceros are restricted to parts of the forest Tarai region, mostly of marshy areas. Now largely trained at the easterly black bears, clouded leopards, langurs, a long-tailed Asian monkey, and Himalaya goat antelopes are some of the dozens of Himalayan forests. The Indian rhinoceros was once abundant toward the foothill zone of the Himalayas, but is now endangered. As is the musk deer, both species are dwindling and few live other than horse in handful of reserve set up to protect them. The Kashmir stag or hangal is near extinction. In remote sections of the Himalayas, at higher elevations, snow leopard, brown bears, and lesser pandas and Tibetan yaks have limited populations. The yak has been domesticated and is used as a beast of burden in Ladakh. Above the tree line, the most numerous animals, however, are diverse types of insects, spiders, and mice, which are only animal form that can live as high up to 20,700 feet.
Deforestation in Himachal Pradesh. Forests are a source of major revenue for Himachal Pradesh. The extent of forest cover resources on land surface governs many important earth system ecological processes and is the foremost requirement characterizing sustainable forest management. The extent of forest area and the decline in forest resources due to deforestation and changes in forest cover have been estimated by conventional and remote sensing techniques by various agencies for India and the state of Himachal Pradesh located in western Himalayas. The various forest cover assessments by National Remote Sensing Agencies (NRSA) and the Forest Survey of India (FSI) shows that deforestation has been halted since 1980s onwards, and the forest cover has been stabilized in HP. During the 9 linear forest cover assessment conducted by FSI since 1987 onwards, the estimated forest and the tree cover have been shown an increase until 2001 assessment and a minor decline of 7 km square during 2003 assessment in HP. The changes within forest cover between then forest to open forest, however, indicates decline in the productivity of forest. National Forest Policy 1988 needs to be modified since analysis shows that in HP only 35.5% geographically area is capable of sustaining forest and tree cover against 66% indicated by policy to be brought under forest cover and tree cover in mountainous and hill states in India. Apart from the efforts of our team, the success of our team depends largely on the guidelines and encouragements of many others. I would like to thank all my teachers for inspiring us to work on this project. I wish to avail myself of this opportunity to express a sense of gratitude and love to my parents and my beloved teachers for sharing their knowledge and numerous tips which culminated in the competition of this project. I am grateful to all the people for their constant help, support and blessings.